So for tonight's Soul Connection segment, I have asked the president and founder of Solle Naturals, Greg Halliday, to share with us more about EnFatuate. So I'll pass it to you.
Thank you, Erica. And listen and learn, man. I've loved everything that I've heard so far from Erica. It's such a really profitable thing to learn is this lesson tonight. What are the different things that affect our hormones? Because I'm with Erica. I don't think as often it's a problem of hormone production as much as one of the aspects that makes the process effective. And those 4 areas that Erica talked about, to me, so all super important, and actually we can do something about all of them. That's the thing I like about it. They aren't areas that are exceptionally difficult to improve. They really aren't. I mean, blood sugar, I wish we could change the prevailing opinion, which is just, oh, it's just so terrible. And it's not that it isn't serious, it is, because I mean, another example tonight, it can undo everything in terms of hormone balance, and we're looking for other answers. But the fact is, nutritionally, we can do huge things. We can have we actually can control to a great degree. It's not, we don't control everything. We can do really well nutritionally with blood sugar and have aspects of the way we manage stress be so hard for us, maybe by our choices, just taking on too much, that it can stay out of balance. And we're like, how come I can't do this? Because I'm helping all these people and they're doing it. And how come I can't? Because the stress is it's the great X factor in everything, which is the reason why all of Solle's products have various aspects, not just 1 or 2 plants, but various in there to help us with that stress level management, or really better said, the way our body responds to stress and the way that our mind feels it. So anyway, I just really love the whole context for tonight. I'll just say that as a general overview, balancing the essential fatty acids, it is really easy. I know that could be taken wrong, but it's really easy to get in there if we can find a good variety of healthy fats and spread them out constantly in our diet. I mean, Erica's already said, hey, one key, do it several times in a day. Don't just do it once and go, yeah, I got my fats. So I can spread them out. Number 2, just daily, because the body, it's so amazing. Liver, that key part that was the end of that whole, hormonal process. It's been proven that by simply introducing better fats, the liver and the body will release the worse fats, those that we feed it and that it holds on to and utilizes. I mean, it's not always that way. The transfer is not always that easy, but with the good fats, I believe it is. Let me just tell you a little bit about EnFatuate, okay? It is a premium health fat blend. Premium because these are not fats you can go in one place and get. They do come from all over the world. And when we say all over the world, we literally mean all over the world, from several different continents. There is a fairly diverse blend of them because we believe that we're all a little different and our situation is unique, and the greater variety that we can supply in a nutritional shake like EnFatuate, it's simply a shake, or it's an add-in, it's a mix-in, it's a wonderful mix-in, but you can take it alone. I love it equally alone. I truly do. Just in water, like with 1 cube of ice, because that puts the temp about right for me. And I also love it as a mix-in. But we get all these fats. So let me tell you what they are. The lead ingredient comes actually from Peru. It is called sacha inchi, and it's a star-shaped, a really interesting, think of like a Japanese ninja star, or I guess would be in Japan, right? The ninja warriors. Those stars they use, this is a seed that looks like those. and is incredibly beneficial with healthy fats. And by the way, also healthy proteins. That is the lead nutrient because it's quite diverse and very, very impressive. Next, there's also coconut oil extracted for an emphasis on MCT in coconut oil. So it's not just the plain oil in powder form, but it is a concentrated extract of MCT coconut oil. Avocado oil is also included. I'll tell you a little bit about why. Cacao is also included, pure cacao. It is a concentrate as well as included. We're still in this healthy fat blend. Sprouted black chia, so not just the seed, but also the sprout from the seed because of the more temporarily dense, extremely dense nutrients that occur in the sprout as long as the seed itself, or as well as in the seed itself. We wanted all of that. Another fruit is the next ingredient from Peru, again, lucuma. Then mangosteen fruit, which you can find in a number of tropical islands. Yes, mangosteen also has other benefits and healthy fats. Black raspberry seed, another healthy fat, along with other key ingredients. You know, we never, ever just pick the thing. If fats are the thing in this formula, in Solle, we want double and triple duty from the ingredients because of how interconnected everything is. Okay, so that's all the fats in EnFatuate. Now, that's not the only thing we included because most of us, I'll even say the vast majority, are extremely accustomed to really poor fats because of our modern processed food diet. Our bodies are really, really accustomed to the poor fats. And secondly, there was another point I wanted to bring. Okay, secondly, a change in the area of good fats might be the most drastic diet change that most people ever undergo. And because the body is so altered in the way it processes and digests, it can be a bit of a shock for the body to all of a sudden get all these pure good fats. And so the formula needed, in addition to all these wonderful fats, it needed digestive support. And so we also included what we call the soothing digestive blend in the formula. So you have all these fats, and then you have this blend of things to help us digest the fats. Now, even though there is a nice blend in EnFatuate, even with that, you might find some people for whose diet this is even a bigger change. And so you can easily add vertizymes, which is the plant-sourced enzymes, which also includes enzymes to digest fats. That's another thing that can easily be added to EnFatuate when a person is first taking it, and especially if you're looking at the levels, because you can start out with a little, and then I encourage you to experiment with greater levels, not always, not for always, but for a certain temporary period of time, and watch what improves and changes. And don't be afraid to ramp up to quite large levels, again, for a temporary period of time. And if you need to, take vertizymes with it as well. That being said, let me tell you what's in the digestive portion of this formula. There is an adaptogen, and the reason it's in there, honestly, is pure liver. I don't need to say anything about it because Erica already told us why the liver is so important. And let's just say maybe, one of the two most abused organs, because of our lifestyle. So amla, which is an adaptogenic berry, actually, very commonly used in Ayurveda, does many great things for us, including benefits to eyesight, but its purpose here is liver. Secondly, Erica mentioned calming. In general, if we can help the body's state and our emotional state of being, we can improve the body's ability to be more efficient in digestion of all things. And so we have hops, we have cyprium, and we have turmeric in the formula to help calm, though turmeric also is an amazing anti-inflammatory, among other things. Erica already alluded to how inflammation is one of the big 4 reasons as well, that hormones are disrupted, that we have issues there and imbalances. So that's also part of this digestive blend. So you've got something for the liver, you have calming, you have things that address inflammation. You also have chamomile, marshmallow root, and aloe vera, which are all soothing to the central nervous system and also to digestion. And I believe that when we can provide a calmer state, we then therefore activate those processes that are rejuvenative. We stimulate rejuvenation and reparation in the body. And so that's the reason for these other herbs. Let me just give you a couple of facts that are interesting to me about some of these. We don't have time to do all of them, but just some of these key ingredients, okay? So let's pull out avocado oil. It's very much like olive oil. It's different, but almost 3/4 of that is omega-9. Okay, so that's where it's really similar to olive oil. Why is avocado in here? Well, okay, that's one reason, but I'll give you a second one. Lots of studies show that if you have avocado oil as your good fat, you will absorb up to 4 times more of key vitamins from your food. That's all I need to hear, okay? That's why avocado oil is in here. Second, here's another little nugget. I've talked about the coconut oil and MCT oil, MCT concentration in the coconut oil. Why is that in this formula? 2 reasons. Erica talked about the resolution process that has to happen after metabolism and energy production. When the body can burn good fats, in particular MCTs, we don't get any or very few free radicals that the body later has to clean up. As opposed to glucose, which we love, the body prefers in many instances and is very easy to get a quick energetic reaction that create many free radicals that then the body has to use. So in other words, when we can train the body, because the body already knows how to do it, to more frequently use fats for energy production, we create less inflammation in the body and less problem. I already mentioned the amla and the liver, but let me jump to that little star-shaped seed, sacha inchi. Honestly, it's the star ingredient for fats. It has an amazing ratio of fats and a very beneficial. So I like how a very beneficial complement of other ingredients and proteins. To give you an idea of why we like sacha inchi so much, 17 times the omega-3s as sockeye salmon. So Erica mentioned fish, and a lot of people will turn to fish for their fats. 17 times more in sacha inchi. High in tryptophan. A lot of people will like to eat turkey, say, because of that, because of its calming, it's a precursor to a calming situation for the body. Sacha inchi is very high in tryptophan. 1/3 of this lovely star-shaped seed, a full 30% of it is protein. And what's awesome about it is it's actually complete. All of the essential amino acids are actually also found in sacha inchi. Why do I mention that? Because a lot of people talk about the keto answer. And keto, for reasons we talked about today, when you think about it, there's some real strength behind why that philosophy would make such a difference for people. But there, like so many things, the pendulum swings too far in the common messaging for keto, because it really is optimal when you have a ratio similar to what we see in sacha inchi with protein there as well. And we believe a plant source protein is really the optimal there because much more bioavailable and free of other problems that a lot of the animal proteins can cause. Okay, so that's the sacha inchi. Lucuma, I mentioned this is the other thing from Peru. It is being studied as a sweetener because it's very sweet with a very low glycemic index, so very friendly to the pancreas, hence the blood sugar issue that Erica talked about being helped if the sweetness comes through lucuma. But lucuma does much more. It's actually really high in iron, zinc, calcium, magnesium, beta carotene, B3, It is a wound healer. So think about situations in the body where the body's trying to heal. I always think of tissue internal and external, because usually we think of wounds as like an external thing, but I think of internal. Immune system strengthening and inflammation reduction. These are all things currently being studied. So they'll say, oh, it may do this because we see evidence, and it may do that as well because we see evidence. But in each of these things, there is strong evidence that lucuma is a beneficial nutrient. So let me just end with one last one, cacao, okay? Cacao is really a wonder. High in iron, potassium, magnesium, 40 times the antioxidant protection of blueberries, which are a famous antioxidant, and they should be. They're wonderful, 40 times that in cacao. Even more catechins, one of the key nutrients in green tea, more of those are in cacao than in green tea. And there's a fat. One of the good fats in cacao is called anandamide, and that's the fat that is called the bliss molecule, because what it does for mood, and why I think there are so many cravings for chocolate, which can contain greater or lesser amounts of cacao. But it doesn't stop here. There's another substance that triggers endorphins in cacao. Another one that inhibits appetite and cravings, and at the same time lifts mood. Another one that strengthens tooth enamel, cacao. Another one that shows better memory, better problem solving, cognitive function. And yet another in cacao that is a blood sugar improver. So cacao is loaded with stuff, and you can kind of, if you think through it, I've only highlighted 4 or 5 of those ingredients. We could do that with all of them, but hopefully what we remember from tonight is that EnFatuate, really, really diverse in some of the really best therapeutic fat sources. Not only are the fats there, but many other key components that help the body process them and play a role in complementary health functions to tonight's discussion. So EnFatuate, I will tell you, and EnFatuate is one of those formulas that you'll see over time. There are a lot more really interesting fats coming into the market. We do see, I could full well see EnFatuate, we add 1 or 2 because we've had our eye on those, and we constantly keep an eye on that. Where that formula you'll see will keep its position as kind of the most diverse and therapeutic good fats shake or mix in that you can find on the market. That's sort of the commitment for that product. All right, back to you, Erica.
Awesome. I love that. I love EnFatuate, mood, like everything. So I'm going to tell y'all, I love EnFatuate with Renew. And I like to take it at night, but I like to take EnFatuate throughout the day. I actually add it to my shake in the morning, but I love to put it in with Renew. I think it does some incredible things for our body. So the way I do it, I'll take my Solle Megas in the morning for the essential fats from the Solle Megas, which are different, right, than what we get in EnFatuate. And then then about mid-morning, I'm going to usually have my shake, and I'll go ahead and put some more fats in there. Then I'll eat like dietary fats like avocados and things like that, seeds and things like that throughout the day. And then at night, I love to put EnFatuate with Renew. And it just, I mean, it'll give you the best sleep. It also takes care of any cravings that you might have and anything like that. I mean, it just totally relaxes the body. It's so much fun. And if you ever have like a little stressful, like maybe you went and worked out really hard and your body's kind of achy, you just throw a couple of Solflex PI in there and it's like lights out. You're going to have the best, you're going to wake up feeling amazing. You're going to have the best sleep. It's going to be the best thing that you have ever experienced. It's absolutely amazing.